What is up, guys? Kevin from the KO Podcast. Today we are talking winners and losers of the NBA trade deadline and much more right after this. Once again, my name is Kevin Barral. Today I am with OCTAVIO Seguera. OCTAVIO, how are you, my man?
Good, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah, let's get started with the first topic. Who won the trade deadline this season?
Denver Nuggets, by far. Denver Nuggets, by far. I mean, the fact that last year they were able to defeat the Clippers and the Utah Jazz coming back from the 3-0 deficit, and just adding Gordon, adding that depth, and not only because they're now going to have more tall guys that they can rebound, not only because they're only going to be like really good on the paint, but also in the perimeter. Aaron Gordon, what is it, like 37% from the 3-point range? That's a lot for a tall guy. They've been playing good. It hasn't been the regular season that we would expect it because of what happened in the postseason last year. But definitely they're adding key pieces at this moment in the season. Like, if this is the right time to make this type of additions. Honestly, I have to put with the Denver Nuggets as a big winners because it's more than just acquiring players. It's just about, like, they didn't get too much and they didn't give too much. I'm sorry. And just think about this for a second. You're going to play big with Gordon and Jokic, but then you also have depth in those two guys, not only at the moment, but by rebounding, but also by shooting from the perimeter, which is very rare for a tall guy in today's NBA. Like, for example, the Portland Trail Blazers, they got this guy. They're going to play small. Because, I mean, with acquisition, what was the guy?
Norman Powell.
Yeah, I got this name. So Powell. Yeah, Powell's going to play along with Dame Time and of course, CJ McCollum. And they're going to be like shooters, which is what I think Miami did, which is very good for Miami. Also, Miami, I think, of course, if you have to put winners and losers, Miami is definitely one of the winners. I think the Clippers won big time. And I don't know, but I got this feeling that the Clippers are now going to be able to fight for the championship. I don't know. It's something that it's like a good aura that chases Rajon Rondo the last couple of years. I mean, I didn't see that coming with the Lakers, and it turns out that he was a beast during the playoff. And there's this thing called playoff Rondo, and he turns it up with the Clippers. I don't see how they're not going to be able to win the whole thing, but that's getting ahead of myself because that will be talking about a lot of winners or several winners and several losers. If I have to pick one, I would go with Denver as one Number two, I'm definitely gonna go with Miami, even though I would love what's happening with the Clippers. But then the Clippers will be a solid number three. But big winner, Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, I agree with you. Denver Nuggets number one, Miami number two. Miami didn't either have to give up any young assets, Duncan Robinson or Tyler Hero. They got a really good deal with Houston. Sacramento, they didn't give up much either. And now the buyout market's going to be in their favor big time. Yeah, the other one is Denver. I do think they overpaid a little bit for Aaron Gordon because if you look at the trade the Boston Celtics did with Fournier, they only give up 2 second rounders. I thought they were going to give up a lot more to have to get a guy like Fournier. With Nikola Vucevic, I didn't expect them to trade him, but it happened. But in this case, Miami is a big time winner. I mean, you didn't have to give up Tyler Hero because the asking price for the Raptors from Kyle Lowry was huge. They wanted Tyler Hero, they wanted Duncan Robinson, Precious Achiuwa, so that was way too much. And that's probably that's why I would put the Raptors as a loser.
As the biggest loser, honestly. Well, you know what? No, I'll take that back. The biggest loser for me are the Lakers. I don't know. Maybe the Lakers think that I don't know. You can blame it like.
With the team they have right now, not that they're not going to make it, but they're going to be in the play-in tournament.
Okay, but let me tell you something. The team they have right now, okay, it's the current champions, but they don't have Rondo. I don't know about Schroeder in the playoff. They
don't even have LeBron or AD.
They don't have it. Yeah, but let's just say that those guys are gonna go back and gonna come back healthy. But how in terms of game rhythm? I mean, are they going to be 100% game rhythm wise? Are they going to be 100% in the first round? They're going to win the first round for sure. But then when it gets complicated in the second and third round, and finally in the conference finals, that's when you're going to have to see what type of rhythm do they have. Anthony Davis hasn't played a game since when? I don't know. It's been a while. Yeah, and LeBron getting absent now. Okay, for the other athlete, you might think, well, it's good because he's going to rest. But this is the thing with LeBron. The more he's outside the court, the worse he gets. It's the guy needs to play. It's like this. And mentally, LeBron is always prepared to play for the whole season. He said it himself. If I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm going to play. I don't believe in this resting periods of time like what happened with Kawhi in the past, with San Antonio, with Toronto, even with the Clippers.
Yeah.
So LeBron needs the activity. And yes, they're the defending champs. Fine. They can turn it up like this, and they will be good in the playoffs. But not adding anybody, and now depending on a buyout from Andrew Drummond. Okay,
it's probably going to happen most likely.
Yeah. The same thing with LaMarcus Aldridge in Miami. But listen, you're not going to beat. I just don't see them beating the Brooklyn Nets with what they have. Honestly, I don't. And I don't know about Denver, but definitely with the Clippers, I don't know. So that's why I put the Lakers as a big time losers in this trade line. Also, I will go with Toronto because basically with Toronto, you could have rebuilt or at least get a lot of pieces in a good sense. It's not a realistic way. You're not going to ask the entire farm system or all the round picks for.
That's what they did pretty much.
Exactly, but that's the problem because they were not realistic expectations and they weren't realistic as you could have been.
And they were getting pretty good returns from many teams.
Exactly.
They just didn't get the premium package they wanted either.
And I don't think they're going to pay Kyle Lowry in the free agent market. I think they're going to end up losing him for nothing. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. They're big losers, but I'll go with Lakers number one.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers could have they could have probably taken Kyle Lowry if they'd given Talon Horton Tucker. That was the only thing that was holding them back. Mm-hmm. This is a team that wants to win right now. They don't have pretty much any future young players on that team. The only one they have right now is Horton Tucker and Alex Caruso. I would have given up Tucker, and you would have had one heck of a player in Kyle Lowry who could have helped you right now.
Yeah, right
instead
now.
And he could have re-signed with that team because if I'm pretty sure if he got traded, he was getting the extension too.
Yeah, for 1 or 2 years, which is still good for him.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would have been good. Now, let me ask you this: if this has to pay off, right? I mean, like these winners or losers are something that we always talk about because it's what we expect. Now, realistically speaking, how good would it be like immediately? And let's talk about Miami here for a second. How good is the addition of Oladipo right now, knowing this? He knows the conference because he played a lot of time, not only with the Pacers, but also
Mhm.
with the Magic then. But also in the system of Miami. Miami's going to defend like probably it'll be the best defensive team in years. In years. The other day I was no, not the other day. I think it was last week. I was just checking numbers and everything. Dude, it's not too far the comparison with the 2013 team. Remember the 2013 team when they won 27 games in a row and they were defending, they were like practically not allowing any points to any other team. Well,
Yeah.
the comparison with this, if they're all healthy, it's the same. Now, will that make a lot of more pressure? Would that put a lot of more pressure into their shooters? Are they willing to take that role? Because you know that Jimmy Buckets can ball, and you know that Oladipo can ball in both ways. They are a two-way players. But focusing too much on the defense, will that affect, negatively speaking, the offense of Miami? How do you think it's going to impact that? What's the impact from Oladipo as of now?
I mean, he's going to bring scoring, that's for sure. I mean, Pat Riley had the press conference yesterday. He said Victor Oladipo's here to mainly score, even though he is a really good defensive player because we've seen it. He's been scoring really well with any team. Right now, he's injured, I'm pretty sure. But once he comes back, and now not only did they add Oladipo, they added Bjelica, so they got pretty much a replacement for Olynyk when you look at it. So you had a really good 3-point shooter, and as of the defense, the Heat have been really good on defense this season. I mean, they're running the 2-3 zone when things get really bad, and they're running like kind of a man-to-man kind of. But they're locking teams up. I mean, yesterday's game was a fluke at the end. It was really bad. If you saw the game,
I think it was a foul. Like
it was just a touch. Yeah,
touch. But you know what? That's the same thing happened in the NHL. They're calling those penalties. Well, in the NHL they call penalties, but those fouls are called COVID fouls apparently, and that is because I don't know. Sometimes like they're. I mean, this a couple of years ago they never would have called it, but okay, that's fine. You know what? That's happened, and probably in the playoffs that's going to happen again. Now, I hear what you're saying, and I just want to add this. Okay, they're going to stop teams from scoring, but are they good enough to stop the Nets? Because basically, let's just face it, that's the team.
That's a different level of greatness right there. The Nets.
There we go.
They're the best team in the league. They're beating the Lakers in the finals if they meet up.
They're beating the Lakers for sure.
And if Drummond signs with that team, it's over.
It's over, and that's another point. So, and this is something that we were. I don't know.
There is one thing that's wrong with the Nets. They're not always healthy. Kevin Durant, James Harden, and KD, they've only been on the court 7 times.
But they're gonna be together in April, and they're gonna be together. And contrary to LeBron, KD is one of the players who can actually benefit from the resting time. LeBron needs the activity. KD finds his inner self. I don't know how to put it, but anyways, he comes back really strong after he gets rested. We saw that with the Warriors when they were administrating the time, and then we even saw that with OKC in the last year, even though they choked in that Game 6 against the Warriors. But still, I mean, he's the type of player that you can expect the best after he gets some rest, and that's going to be interesting. Now, we were talking about winners and losers. What about the Boston Celtics?
They're losers.
They have nothing to compete this year.
They traded Daniel Theis. They traded their starting center for nothing for a young player. They're not making the playoffs, in my opinion. I mean, they're going downhill. They're going downhill.
Even if they do, they're going out in the first round.
They're either going to get swept. Yeah, playing tournament at this point.
Which is very ironic to think with you have talents like Jaylen Brown and you have talents like Jason Tatum, and you see, well, this is the next generation. They play better without Kyrie. And now, honestly, Kyrie has to be the last man standing. Not only that, but he has to have the last laugh because they can see, well, okay, I left this team and I created my own team, and I'm having a great year, a great season with the Brooklyn Nets, even though all the controversy and everything. But at the end of the day, the Brooklyn Nets are ruling the NBA, and this is fantastic. I don't know. I think it's about that. Now, what about the Sixers? You know who they are, right? With George Hill. That's a guy, if you ask me, have you ever heard about the curse of the Bambino for the Red Sox? I think that's the curse of George Hill in the NBA, bro. I mean, wherever he plays, that team for some reason doesn't make it. It happened with the Bucks. It happened with the Pacers. It happened with pretty much all the teams he has been.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. It's something is like mythology. But I don't
it's a
know.
good addition though. It's a really good addition.
It is, but I don't know. I don't think. Well, this guy is playing an MVP level. Joel Embiid is playing like an MVP.
He's injured now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, but he's gonna come back for sure.
Oh yeah.
And they're
He's
making the
already back.
playoffs. And they're making the playoffs. Ben Simmons, I don't know what kind of Ben Simmons are we gonna see in the postseason as well. But yeah, so but I like just humor me with this because it's not about the talent. I know George Hill could be a good backup as a point guard, but I mean the bad luck just seems to chase this guy. I don't know.
Yeah. And if we're also talking about winners, let's talk about the Chicago Bulls. They added they added an all-star center.
Yeah.
They did add they made some other I think that's the only move they made if I'm correct.
But significantly
sure.
is that one, yeah. Honestly, that has to be the number one because with Tice, they add that. I mean,
It's an all-star duo now, Zach LaVine and
Yeah, with Levine and Vucevic, I mean, it's gonna be interesting, especially in the Eastern Conference. Now, will they make the playoffs? I don't know, but with the
play-in tournament probably.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that. Yeah,
yeah, because that was gonna be my next question. How do you think that the play-in tournament pretty much affected this trade deadline? We saw less sellers for sure.
It did, especially for teams like Chicago. But just to mention Chicago, and even for Boston, because that would be the last hope that they might get to be relevant.
Yeah,
maybe it will help. So now in the Western Conference, I don't put the Denver Nuggets like a team that will benefit from the play-in.
Oh no, Denver's not going to play-in for sure.
But what about the Warriors? Did you see? Can you expect the last push from the Warriors?
I mean, in the buyout market, they'd have to get lucky. Because they didn't make any moves. The only one they made was trade Marquise Chris.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it depends. And we're talking about injuries too. I mean, the Miami Heat have been hugely affected by injuries. We've seen it. Mm-hmm. That's probably one of the biggest reasons why they're in where they are right now. They're right now in a 5-game losing streak. They're in the play-in tournament right now. If the season ended today, if the whole team was available, I think right now would be a good 3rd seed. Because I see the Heat better than the Bucks at this point. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what you think about that.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I know better than
the Bucks didn't make any moves though in the trade deadline. The only player that I was PJ Tucker. I mean, that's about it. And we already saw both teams healthy. Miami beat them 4-1
based on defense, and that's,
exactly.
That's good based on defense. So yes, I will give the benefit of the doubt when it comes to Miami in the playoffs because they can defend very well. And you know that if you stop Giannis in the Bucks, pretty much that's it. That's it. I mean, if you stop Giannis from passing, you stop Giannis from getting rebounds, you stop on the paint. That's it. I mean, that is the most predictable team.
I mean, we saw what they did, yeah.
It is the most predictable team in the NBA. I mean, good, but it's predictable. You know what they're going to do. You know how are they going to play the game. And I know there's many reasons why to think that Giannis is improving his game. I think he has. I think he's, of course, probably the best as his position right now as of now, and it has been the best player in the league for the couple of years. But in the playoff, it's different. The Nets are a beast, and the Nets are an offensive beast against the Bucks, so much better than the Bucks. And the Miami Heat are a defensive beast against the Bucks. So
we've seen it.
Those two teams are above the Bucks. The only thing, like an X factor will be like a surprising team that might get away into Miami Heat's expectations and maybe the road to the championship or at least the conference finals. Might be Philadelphia if they're healthy, because Philadelphia, even against the Bucks, you remember a couple of years ago. No, I'm sorry, it was Toronto that way they
was it Toronto against Milwaukee?
Yeah, it was Toronto. No, but even what I was going to say is that the Sixers took the Raptors all the way to 7 games. Remember that was the
familiar team too. Yeah,
with Kawhi made it after a couple of bounces, and
that was against Philadelphia. Yeah,
it was the Raptors against Philadelphia. That's what I'm saying. So that when Philadelphia can play well during the postseason, they can make a run. That's what I'm trying to say. So and now it's Doc Rivers, so it's different. So we'll see. We'll see how's that going to go.
And I think the coaching change has really made the 76ers a lot better because with was it Brett Brown? I'm pretty sure.
Brett Brown,
yeah, they weren't that good. I mean, they were good.
No,
they were good. They just didn't meet expectations with Brett Brown. With Doc Rivers, it's been different.
They were just running the ball and passing it to Embiid and just wait for the best. Ben Simmons couldn't have a perimeter shot. I mean, because that's the thing. Ben Simmons can shot from the perimeter. That's just about it. He's just a point guy. And yes, you can pass really well. He's very athletic, but he doesn't have a shot. He doesn't have a jump shot.
Yeah. How do you think the buyout market's going to play out? Because now we're seeing teams are going to probably release a lot of players.
It's unpredictable.
The only ones we pretty much have like on a lock are probably Andre Drummond to the Lakers
And
and
LaMarcus Aldridge
LaMarcus Aldridge to the Heat. Yeah.
to the Heat. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I don't see anything else like big happening. I know there's rumors about Kyle Lowry, but why? At this point,
No, that's not happening at all.
yeah.
No.
At this point, why? I mean,
The
how?
only team I could see making a big buyout would be the Rockets buying out John Wall. Maybe.
Might be.
I've heard the rumor.
Well, it makes sense because they have money. I mean, they have the money. They can expect. I mean, they can play for a rebuild.
And that's another loser too. The Rockets.
But they've been losers since they trade James Harden. Let's
Yeah. That's why everyone's saying. I mean, and well, look what they got for Oladipo. I mean, we were expecting Duncan Robinson or Precious Achiuwa going over to Houston. They got Kelly Olynyk and Avery Bradley, who's injured too.
To
So
me,
they got really
didn't
bad.
care. They didn't care, honestly. I think they just because Oladipo has been begging to play with Miami since last year's playoff. So I think they went with that. I think we went with it. Say, where do you want to go? We'll trade you, and that's about it. That's about it. I was doing the other day the game against here in Cleveland. I was doing the game between the Caps and the Chicago Bulls. They were playing in Chicago. And Colin Sexton, allegedly, he didn't feel like playing. And I told my friend Rafa, the voice of the Cavaliers in Spanish, I told him, dude, what is this deal? Like, he doesn't feel like playing. Well, there were really big rumors about him going to LA. But it turns out that Cleveland still have expectations because Cleveland needs a face. Remember, next year, the All-Star game will be here in Cleveland, so they need a face. Houston don't have anything to retain players like John Wall, and he might ask for a trade. So that makes a lot of sense.
I'm surprised he didn't. I'm surprised he didn't.
Probably at the end of the season, but like you say, maybe because he knows that he can get buy out. So, and if that happens, wherever he goes, it will be a contender team.
Probably, I don't think he'd go to LA.
Probably the Bucks or the Lakers. Honestly, I don't think the Lakers. Mr. Well, I don't know. She's doctor. I don't know. Well, Jenny Boss, whatever. I don't think she's happy. I don't think she's happy with what's going on with the Lakers because honestly,
they just didn't have ammunition to give up.
All the contender teams in the West and then in the East got better than the Lakers, and they're going to be better than the Lakers in a potential 7-game series.
Yeah, and if AD is out for the rest of the season, which I think he's only out for 4 to 6 weeks, but if it just gets worse and he's out to the season, I think the Lakers are going in the play-in tournament. Well, possibly.
If it's out for the rest of the season, you can kiss it goodbye. Honestly.
Yeah, playing tournament, first round, you're probably going to get swept or lose 5 or 6 games.
That's it. You're not beating the Lakers without AD. That
was probably the biggest reason why they even made the finals that season.
Probably. And I know I respect LeBron. You know what I feel about LeBron, how I feel he's like the greatest player of all time. But honestly, he can make the work by himself. And especially at this time, almost 37 years old, LeBron James is not in his peak of his career, and he needs a guy like AD. Everybody needs a guy like AD, but especially LeBron because he can rely on him. So yeah, and more important when you have the Clippers adding Rondo, a guy who was extremely important during the finals against Miami, and before the finals, the series against Denver, Rondo was a beast. Rondo was amazing. He played at his I don't know, maybe a 2008 Rondo when they won the championship with the Boston Celtics. So the Clippers adding that type of a player, and you know this, you can actually figure out how important was that trade and how much they trust in Rajon Rondo because they traded for Lou Williams, which is a fan favorite in LA and actually a team favorite. All the teammates love them. So trading for that guy is because they know what can expect from a guy like Rajon Rondo.
But yeah, that's once again they had to go for a cheaper option too. Even though Rajon Rondo is incredible, they had to go for a cheaper option because I think 20 minutes before the trade deadline ended, they were trying to talk to the Raptors for Kyle Lowry. That would have been an incredible fit. That would have been a really good fit.
Yeah, they were in the
mix.
They
still have ammunition to give up. They don't have young players. Mm-hmm. They don't have any. They have value. And their value is way too high to a point where they just can't trade for that kind of a player. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's true. No, I agree. I mean, in that sense. Yeah, there's no way that you can actually. I can't contradict anything from that.
Yeah, and the final topic we're going to talk about is the NFL and the trade that just went down. So there was a lot of draft movement. The Dolphins went from 3 to 12, and then from 12 to 6. The 49ers go to 3. The Philadelphia Eagles go to 12. And the Dolphins go to 6. What do you think about that? And the Dolphins get, I think, like 3 first-round picks from all those movements.
What's Brian Flores' mentality? Just answer me that question. What's his focus? What's his mindset? What do you think it's going to be?
He wants to win now, I'm pretty sure, right?
And he wants to win based on defense. That's what you're going to expect. So I would recommend all the Miami Dolphins fans to check on all the prospects and all the first from number 1 to number 20 and feel good about it because Miami's going to get solid on the defensive side of the game. And
they got some good players on defense this free agency.
Listen, I'm not exaggerating this. You know I'm not a Dolphins fan, but that team is going to win the division for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm putting
them
down.
They have a chance.
Forget about the Bills. The Patriots, it's not the same thing. Forget about it. Patriots is not even a question. And
I mean,
the Jets,
they got better.
The Jets are the laughing stock. Come on. The Jets are the Jets. I don't know what they're going to do if they're going to keep Sam Darnold. Well, they brought Joe Flacco now, so.
No. Flacco went to the Eagles.
Oh, Flacco went to the Eagles. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They don't have a quarterback. The only one they have is Darnold right now.
It's Darnold. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, Flacco went to the Eagles. Yeah.
And they should trade for Watson, the Jets.
And even the Giants got better. So, I mean, not even in New York, they're in the headlines for a good thing. So, I think the Dolphins, and this is what I will say to all the Miami Dolphins fans, get serious about your digging and start looking for defensive purposes because I think the first 2 picks for the Dolphins will be based on defense because that's what Brian Flores has been focused on. Yes, Tua will score points. Yes, there will be a lot of passing. There will be a lot of rushing. But I don't know. I'm not 90% sure that at least the first pick will be a defensive one.
I think the second one will be, not the first one. I think the first one's going to be a wide receiver because this is a really good wide receiver class, I think. Or they could take the tight end Kyle Pitts, which.
But remember, the first one is number 6. I think all the wide receivers will be gone.
Not really. I mean, first pick would be Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
second one, 49ers, would be Zach Wilson. The Jets. Either Zach Wilson or Penei Sewell. Third one, probably. If they moved up, it's for a quarterback. Zach Wilson. Fourth, who's fourth?
Fields. That's Fields.
Yeah, but what team is in fourth? I'm not sure about that one.
Oh, the team. Oh, I remember now. I gotta check.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I think it's Carolina. No, I'm not sure right now. I think it was I forgot. I don't remember who's 4. I know 5 was Cincinnati. They'll probably take an offensive lineman. 6 was Philadelphia, and that's Miami. So I don't think many receivers go in that.
The Falcons.
Falcons are 4. Yeah, they'll take Justin Fields for sure.
They'll take Justin Fields for sure. Yeah. Well, you think with Matt Ryan still playing?
Huh?
I don't know with Ryan. I mean, with Matt Ryan there.
I mean, it's kind of like what they did with what the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. They had Alex Smith. They brought in a guy like Justin Fields and Patrick Mahomes.
Remember with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took what was the guy from Florida State, James Winston, and then when Winston went to with the Saints, it was like no, he will get his time. Same thing with Terry Bridgewater Jr. and the same thing was like what was the other quarterback? That was a young one. I forgot about it right now. RG3. Yeah, you're supposed to these are secure picks. There's for sure picks that they're going to take, but there's still a big name in their middle of an established star, and I think Matt Ryan's still have a couple good years under his.
Yeah, but that defense is atrocious.
But what are you gonna do about? I mean,
there in this case, I would probably get I would go for a defensive player in the first round then with the 4th pick and just build off of that too. And they were horrible in free agency.
Let me give you my first 6. Okay. I agree with you with Trevor Lawrence. Fine. Zach Wilson for the Jets. You can figure it out. I mean, okay. And this is my hot take, if you want to call it that way. I think Justin Fields is gonna go to the 49ers.
Okay, I would have put in this case Trey Lance.
Okay. All right. That's good. Okay.
Or I would have traded maybe a couple picks back with the Panthers. Let the Panthers go 3, take Justin Fields, and then we get in the 49ers get ammunition for more draft picks, and they take Trey Lance.
Okay. So with the Falcons, I got Penei Sewell.
Okay.
Penei Sewell. Yeah, Penny. Yeah, sorry. Jamar Chase.
So that's to the who's fifth? Who picks fifth? The
The Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cincinnati.
Oh, Jamar Chase. Okay.
Yeah, Jamar
Yeah.
Chase. And this
Yeah,
is the
future
thing.
game.
What about a player that can reunite defense? I mean, in a special part as part of a special teams, and also can score. What about Kyle Pitts for Miami?
I like that one. I've heard it. I mean, that's been one of the biggest ones. The report just came out that they're interested in Jamar Chase too, but Kyle Pitts is a really good player. He
Kyle
could play
Pitts.
both. The only reason why I wouldn't take him is
Uh-huh.
because they have Gesicki, but he'll probably be a wide receiver.
But
A
this is
tall
the
wide
thing.
receiver.
Exactly. That's the
He's
thing.
in that situation where Chase Claypool was. He's tall,
Yeah.
and they're like tight end or wide receiver. He
Yeah.
chose wide receiver. Kyle Pitts could do both.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts can do both, and especially with the tight ends and new tight ends, like they can play in special. They could be part of the special teams, even returning teams. They can play a role. So yeah, and Kyle Pitts is very athletic, so that would be a good pick for Miami.
I also do like Devontae Smith, the Heisman winner, and Jalen Waddle, which is the fastest player in the draft.
Which is weird that this year's Heisman is not even. Well, I saw mock drafts. It's not even in the top 10, bro.
That's weird. That's weird. That's weird.
It's really weird, but I don't know.
The perfect fit for Jamar Chase is the Eagles. I will say that one. Devontae Smith, if the Texans were to trade the Deshaun Watson,
Deshaun Watson.
it'll be to get in the top 5 or top 3. Probably take a quarterback or a receiver.
Yeah, what's the latest on that? Because he asked for a trade. Deshaun
He
Watson.
asked for it, and then there's not been news. It's been the lawsuits with him.
Okay.
He's like, so they're probably gonna figure that one out first, and then I think he wants to play in San Francisco.
But it definitely isn't going to be happy about it. So you cannot expect good performance. I mean, not saying that he's not going to be professional, but you know that affects the players. If you don't
Oh, yeah,
play,
for sure.
I think, of course, it's going to affect the players.
And to finish it off, where do you think Mac Jones is gonna go? Because that's an interesting one.
I always
He's a good player.
when it comes to plays like that, in like a wild card and like a X factors, like a maybe mysterious team. What about the Patriots?
Yeah, that's the one I was going to tell you, Patriots. I mean, I don't know why they re-signed Cam Newton. Why? He was really bad.
He was really bad, and he's not going to get better.
Unless they signed all these players to try to help him.
Yeah.
He's the one who has to help himself. He has to get more accurate.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
in Carolina,
His passing rate was terrible.
it was horrible. He wasn't accurate at all, pretty much.
Yeah.
He and the thing is, and I'll give him some credit. I mean, I'll give him some, I'll feel for him a little bit because he comes from Carolina. Carolina, the only thing he was doing was running pretty much. He was doing the Lamar Jackson thing. And now he's coming to a team like New England, which had Tom Brady, who's super immobile. He couldn't run for anything for his life. And then you're bringing in a super mobile quarterback like Cam Newton, who pretty much relied on his running in the offense.
Yeah, that backfired because that was the quarterback that Bill Belichick wanted. Well, his first choice was actually, oh my God, I forgot his name, the quarterback from the San Francisco 49ers.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
He wanted Garoppolo.
That was his number one.
Yeah, and they traded him so they could stick with Brady.
Mm-hmm.
And now they want him back.
Now they want him back. And it would have been better, much of a better of an addition than comparing to.
I mean, he learned from Tom Brady.
Yeah, not only that, but then you bring him back after learning more from Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco, so it's better. So that will be right now. So now that would have been the perfect fix for the Patriots.
And are you surprised that the San Francisco 49ers brought back Trent Williams?
No, no, because I don't want
It's
to
not
say
a competitive team anymore.
I don't want to say rebuild because apparently there's not such a thing in the NFL as of now. But that's the closest thing to a rebuild.
Look at the Jets. Look at the Jets.
As close as it gets. The Jets are rebuilding, even though they don't want to say it. And if the Bears don't be relevant this year because they traded the big man now.
Russell Wilson backfired.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have Dalton, man. I would have maybe that's a good team for Mac Jones.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, honestly, what about trades? Potential trades during the season? Well, Carson Wentz might be one of those guys, but I don't know with Carson Wentz because
Carson Wentz, he just got traded to the Colts.
That's the thing. Because when a player spent a lot of times with one team and then you see them trade him for him, it becomes it happens in baseball a lot, but in the NFL it doesn't happen quite often. But the fact that the Eagles finally, which I think it was long overdue, this trade, they should have traded him like a long time ago. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't perform, the Colts might say, "Hey, why keeping this guy? Why?"
I mean, he's under Frank Reich. He's under Frank Reich, the offensive coordinator. That was from the Eagles.
Oh yeah, right. When they won the Super Bowl, right?
That's when they won the Super Bowl. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This might be probably the best thing for Wentz.
Let's see. The division will be accessible. I mean, it's not gonna be like
It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
the teams
but
are all bad.
comparing to the other one where you only have to lose the less amount of games and you make the playoffs, like that was the worst division in football. The whole
Which one?
thing. The Giants.
Oh yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the
I mean, the Giants and the Washington football team are the best teams in that division.
because they lost the least amount of games. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
but right now they're the best teams.
Oh
in
yeah,
that
right.
division.
Yeah. Sure, I agree.
The Eagles aren't going to win anytime soon. The Cowboys, they could be a wild card team. I mean, you don't know what they're going to do.
They spend the money finally. Like I said, I mean, loan overdue again with Dak
Eagles are
Prescott.
good.
Finally paid him. Yeah, of course he deserves his. I mean, he deserved it a long time ago. But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Ezekiel Elliott, I'm not going to say he's a bust, but he's close to the bust. Ezekiel Elliott.
He's close to the bust.
Yeah, because he gets paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna end it here. Yeah, keep going.
No, I was just gonna say that there were rumors about trading for oh my God, the guy who got hurt, Cincinnati's, but Cincinnati didn't want to move forward with the trade. No, last year, the first round pick.
For Burrow.
For Burrow, yeah, but they didn't want to.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
the Cowboys. Oh, they would have given up. They probably would have given up either Prescott or Elliott.
I mean, no, the package was Dak Prescott and a couple of round picks for the first round pick, which it was Burrow. And
I'm surprised they didn't do that. I'm surprised.
No, they didn't. But because they know that Dak Prescott is going to cost them money, basically.
Exactly.
And you have Burrows now practically for free. I mean, comparing to the price of Prescott, so that's why.
Exactly. All right, man. We're gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching, everyone. Once again, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Follow Octavio on all his social medias, which are on the screen right now, and my social medias as well as all the ones down below. My name is Kevin Barral. Thank you, Octavio, once again for being here.
No, thank you, man. And next time let's talk about some baseball, all right?
Yeah, man. Thank you guys once again.
Thank you.